All right. How did you guys, I kind of asked you, but how did you guys get in the industry? What appealed you to work at a salon and do hair and make people feel great and amazing about themselves?
I grew up in it. My aunt does hair forever. So it was either going straight home to do homework or we went straight to the salon, do homework and waited till she was done with her clients. So
That makes it easy.
pretty much I was there.
But why'd you love doing it? Like, why'd you like, I want to do that?
One, I was the only girl growing up with hella boys. So I
That's
couldn't
funny.
be girly. So that was like
Yeah.
my moment to like be in a salon in a woman setting and just watching like my aunt create and the outcome and how like women love their hair and they got super excited. So I was like, oh, I want to do that one day.
I would think
wanna
it'd be
come
the
in.
opposite, right?
Right?
If you're
Yeah.
all guys, you think
No,
you'd be
seriously,
like a
everyone's like, I'm
tomboy.
surprised you came out this girly. I'm like, first of all, yes, I did.
not know.
I can assure you that's how all my family felt.
Yeah.
They didn't know. They were shocked when I said I was going to do hair and like actually make a
But your mom
career.
did hair, right?
My mom did hair, yes, but I was a total tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I still love all my boy cousins, and I'm sorry if I ever did anything to traumatize you guys.
They're fine.
You didn't die.
did they die?
You didn't die. But none of you died. You're all, you know what? They appreciate their wives better and their girlfriends. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. And Alexis, how did you get into the industry? What's the favorite thing about your job?
she loved Elisa from the age of like 2. Just kidding.
Cute.
Well, Lisa's been doing my hair for a really long time. So
Since you were 2?
I don't think so.
Not
No,
2.
quite. Okay.
No,
Like, I mean, that's
Her
low
sister
weight.
was probably like 3.
Yeah. I was pretty young.
Yeah, but you were probably like
guess so.
5. How old were you when you guys came to Tracy?
I've been here my whole life.
So,
I don't know. I was probably like 6,
yeah,
5 or
maybe.
6?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
something
Okay.
like that. But I came in for a haircut, and I was looking for a job because I needed one desperately. And she was like, "Well, we're hiring for a
That works out.
receptionist." So I was like, "Perfect, sign me up." And then here we are.
Now, what'd you go to
left.
school for?
College
But you
now.
went to school.
I went to school. Yes, I'm in college right now. It's not my thing, so I'm coming back and going to cosmetology school, and then I'll start working here after.
So then
Yeah,
you did
I'm
something
so
else, and then
excited.
you switched over. That's kind of cool. And it was always your backup plan, right? We talked
Always
about that. That was your
backup
backup plan.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Glad it's my plan now.
And Maritza, how'd you get in the industry, and what appealed to you, and what's your favorite thing about your job?
Mine's actually, like growing up, I always said I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to, which is so weird, and I think about it now.
You're almost there.
You're gonna
She's
be
almost
that.
there,
You're gonna
teaching.
be
So weird.
But I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I don't know. I used to like really like kids, but now that I have some, like I don't think I could do it. But
Changer.
Let's pump the brakes on that.
I think when I was like 7 or 8, I got like my first like. Do you remember those little doll heads that they used to sell
Yes.
that you could do their hair?
Oh
my God.
Little Barbie heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got one of those, and I remember I didn't even know how to braid, and it came with a little book, and it showed you how to do different hairstyles, and that's when I learned like how to braid. But after that, my cousin went to cosmetology school, and every time she would come, I used to like love when she did my hair. So then I started to think about it. And then like the first time I ever went to a cosmetology school and I took a tour, I was 17. I was still in high school, and I was like counting down the days. Like I already knew that that's what I wanted to do. So yeah. So I've been doing since I was 17.
That's super
years
cool.
old,
Yeah, that's super cool when you find something and you do it, and then you start being successful.
Passion is real.
Yeah. 10
That's-
years. 10 years
yeah.
later, I'm 27 now. So
You're catching up to me.
yeah. Right.
Forever 27.
Yeah.
Forever 27.
Forever 27.
Very cool.
Not me. Forever 29.
2 years. You got 2 years on her. Elisa, how'd you get in the hair industry? What appealed to you about it, and what's your favorite thing?
So I actually wasn't going to do hair. I finished high school early. We did independent studies, and I was eager to graduate and make money. That's all I cared about, was making money and living this like lavishing lifestyle. And my mom was like, "So you're going to graduate. You're not going to be a beach bum. Like, what do you think you're going to do with your life? You're not going to just hang out and be with your friends, driving them around, going to the mall." And I was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Well, then you're going to go to college." And I'm like, "I'm not ready for college. I am 16 and a half years old. They are going to eat me alive." And then she's like, "Well, you need to figure it out because it's either get another job on top of your part-time job or like you need to go to school. And it was mostly, looking back now, it was to keep me out of trouble. 100% to keep me out of trouble.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I had envisioned me always going to law school. I wanted to do family law. And looking back, like, yeah, I probably would have changed my career anyways. But I told her, like, okay, then I'll go to beauty college. Like, that seems easy. Oh my gosh.
Boy,
it was,
did you nail that.
yeah, that
Get
was not
wrong.
easy.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of boy cousins. So being in like an atmosphere of just all chicks was not for Elisa. It was a rude,
Questionable some days.
like it was a rude awakening. And so I realized like, oh my gosh, is this for me? There's many times I was in beauty college and I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. Like people's scalp and the smells and all the things. And now I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Like looking back at, this has been an industry I've been able to grow in as a person. So I did go back to college when I was 19 at MJC, and I was 3 classes away from my AA, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I love what I do. I'm super passionate about hair. I can't picture me being an attorney or family law at all now. I got to pretend be an attorney when I went through a divorce. Different podcast, different time.
Different channel.
That's coming.
Totally
That's coming.
another episode. But I did great, and I guess it gave me enough fix to just realize like I could not be in such a sad environment all the time. So I love what I do, and I couldn't imagine doing anything different now. Like, yeah, I couldn't even imagine me in a courtroom every day of
With
my
your
life.
blonde neon extensions.
Yeah,
Okay.
could you imagine?
And her
And my
nails.
nails clinking, like snapping at people. Like, it's just not going to happen. I couldn't
I'm
even
so glad
imagine
you're
it.
here.
I was going to
Yeah.
say it's cheesy as it sounds. It's going to sound ultra cheesy, but think of the lives you've changed
Yeah,
by sticking with this, right? So
crazy
yeah.
crazy now to see like, and I wouldn't change any of it. Like, even people that are not in my life today, I know where I've made those imprints in other people's lives. And I'm not sad. I'm never sad about what I've done for anybody. You grow as a person. And I think that every person has come into my life for a season, and it has helped me be the person that I am today. And to know that like what Serenity offers now, sometimes I have a client, hate to throw her on blast, but Jamie, we all know Jamie and Jaden.
Yes.
Jamie always is like, girl, like, I can't believe this. Like, look at where you're at. And
That's
one
not
day-
blast. That's calling her out for an
Like-
amazing compliment.
Yeah, she like, one day I was doing her daughter's hair, Jaden's hair, and I was like, she's like, have you ever just sat back and looked at what you've done? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like thinking, what have I done? What did I do? And she's like, no, like, look. And I turned around and like a lot of the stations were full. It was a Saturday. And I was just like, no, I've never taken that moment to like look at the lives.
Stop and reflect.
Never have.
Yeah.
And that day I was just like, oh my gosh, like I need to have a different mind change, different mind shift. Like, look at what I'm really doing. It's not just growing people, it's growing their entire lives, like their families' lives, their entire futures. And then I instantly was like, oh my gosh, like this is some serious responsibility.
Well, remember we had an employee. She's not here anymore, but she was the first one to buy her car off her salary here,
Yeah.
and how proud we were. Like, we helped. She did the work, but we helped to do that, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you don't think about it as you're like in the motions. And those that know me know I'm always busy, even behind the chair. I think I like dream work. Right now I'm dreaming about my nails, and
I can testify
I'm
to
dreaming
that.
about my laptop, which is something so different and so weird. But normally I'm dreaming about work and things that happen. But it's been a big difference when I can like look at people and be like, wow, your life is so about to change. And
Well, it's crazy because, you say you wouldn't change it, and I'm right there with you. I don't think most people would say that here, but, the sleepless nights, the constant spending of the money, the stress and all that. And when you look around and you see the lives you impact, and a client will say, look what you've done in a short time, you're like, this is why I do it.
Yeah, if somebody would have told me, like, Elisa, this is where you're going to be, just hang in there, I'd be like, dude, there's no way I'm going to be there. There's no way that I can help that many women. Like, I just didn't have that confidence. And once I realized, like, no, it's what you put into it. Everything is, there was a quote that I read, and I think I put it on my Facebook and Insta, it said something about, like, people invest what means the most to them. And for me, what means the most is seeing other people that I love succeed. Like, I want to help everybody live the lifestyle that, I've known. And I've lived with no PG&E before. My parents would have killed me had they known, but they didn't know till after the fact. But I've lived with no PG&E, so I know what it's like to be on the broke of the brokes. And then I've lived on the opposite side where I can take a 12 grand vacation and not bat an eye and know that I have a spinning chair, meaning money coming back through in the salon. And now I'm like, it's not about the money that hits your pocket. It's what you do with it, right? Like, if something was to happen to me, I know how many people would actually be like, dude, this is the footprints she left in my life. And I think that's just what life's about, is really making like, you can have a lot of friends, but if you go, what did you do?
It reminds me of that podcast. Remember, I think his name is like Simon Sinek or something. He says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's powerful. If you do it for the right reasons, I keep saying clients are smart. They pick up on your good behaviors, your good habits. And if you're passionate about why you do it and you do it for the right reasons, they come back. And this is why our salon is growing at a pace that we couldn't imagine.
No, we can't even keep up with it.
We can't even keep up with it. How many people did we turn away today?
Yeah.
How many would you say?
So bad.
At least 2 full stylists could have been filled. But it's crazy.
At this point.
Yeah.
At this
It's
point,
crazy.
you better sign up for cosmetology.
Yeah. Like, it's not just clients, though. Like, you know how many interviews that
We got to
do,
turn down
and I
people
just, I'm
because we have no spot for them.
I can't guarantee you 5 full days. Like, how about just Friday, Saturday, Sunday right now? Like, and it's a great feeling because, again, had you told me this would be where we're at today, I'd be like, dude, there's no way.
No way.
I don't have
Yeah,
time.
no
I
way.
barely
The
sleep.
whole podcast room.
Yeah. And now it's just like, and then, becoming Black Elite and all these things in less than 5-10 years.
That's cool.
Adding 401k, like, there's
Gosh,
no
yeah.
way I would have been like, dude, there's no way.
No,
It needs
we
at
thought
least
that was
10
another.
years.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a while. Then we're thinking, okay, maybe health insurance for our employees is another 5 years, but that's around the corner.
It is.
It's crazy.
We're
That'd be
hoping to
awesome.
roll it out within the next
Maybe that's
year
when
or two.
Tati comes on full time.
Yeah. She's coming.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see, like, it's just wild. I don't
Yeah.
know. Sometimes I just sit back and I'm like, dude, we've got it so good here.
We do. We do.
You did that, girl.
But I didn't just do it,
but
though.
it's
Like,
not-
it took everybody,
It's
it
past
took the
Elisa.
whole-
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, it started off with Elisa, right? That's why we got
But
clients.
it's like
Lisa,
the Serenity Vibe isn't just me. They don't walk in the door on a Sunday and it's me.
No.
They don't walk in on a day that I'm off or teaching for Red
No,
Cat.
we're full on days when she's not here anymore, right?
The
so
vibe
it's
is
about more than just her now.
everybody. It's the family unit,
Well, that's actually a topic we'll cover, what that means to everyone. So, yeah, that's we'll segue into that, which is a pretty cool. What does that mean, right? So, Yossi, how'd you get into this industry? What appealed to you? I guess we already asked you, but what appealed you to it?
I'm like, once again, the girl over there.
What's your favorite thing about your job?
Just
see-
watching all the girls work and watching her work, doing her thing. They do beautiful work, and I just sometimes just stop and just watch them because I'm
I do
like,
the same
wow.
thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
amazing.
stare.
Like,
'cause
wow.
I'm like, wow.
So you're
While
both
we're all
front
sweating
desk.
and stressing.
You both see what people come in like, right?
And how they
the before and you see the after.
Yeah.
Yeah, their
What a
confidence
difference, right?
changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I love seeing the process.
Yeah.
I stand there all day and just watch.
But you guys get like a whole you guys get like a whole different
perspective.
yeah, because not
Totally
only
different.
that, you guys get to hear the clients on the phone before, like, we don't even know what they've told you guys, and you guys get to like know them on a different level before we even get to know them. So you guys get an even more personal connection before we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
is cool.
be nice to our front desk people.
Yes.
please.
Yes. They got to take the phone calls.
My girl.
Yeah.
Well, I got into the industry because I met Elisa, married into it, basically.
Yeah, no choice either.
I
Big
think
dreams,
Yeah,
and
no
he had
choice.
no idea.
I think what appealed me to it is I think just giving people the confidence. Like I've always loved management role, but not so much numbers, although I do love numbers, but I like seeing people grow, right? I like seeing people go from like,
Wish you were still doing my books, but it's fine. Still going with it, working for it. Yeah.
you know, struggling, and then we work with them 6 months later, their confidence is sky high. I feel like that's a big thing. And of course, again, cheesy moment coming, but I love supporting my wife. I think it's pretty awesome that she has someone to
Blink twice.
lean on.
I know.
A little bit more than 2 blinks. I know, cheesy.
Blink if you need help.
Whatever.
We'll cut that out. That's too cheesy. But yeah,
Don't cut it.
no,
No,
don't. I won't.
I mean, there's no way we could grow where we are today if Aaron didn't, make the sacrifice and quit his job. Like, look at from November to where we are today, how much has changed.
Seriously, we wouldn't have all the lights, literally, in the podcast.
Literally the
and out
lights,
there.
all the lights
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Literally.
It would not be what it is.
No,
Yeah.
the podcast has been like a thing, and the one day we'll get to bubble.
Aaron brought it back to life.
There you go.
Well, and then here's the thing: is like I had an awesome team that I worked with at Comcast. That was my previous employer.
Shout
And yeah, shout out to Comcast. What?
I'm all,
If they're watching,
okay.
if they're watching.
Sponsor us.
But that was a good team. But as good as a team as that was, it's like we have an awesome thing here. And I would tell Lisa all the time, "This is an awesome team. This is an awesome team." And it's like, okay, and it's different. This is talk about a career change. I've been in retail for almost 20 years, and now I work at a salon. Like, I don't know. There's a sharper contrast to that.
Thank you, Papa Binga, for always supporting us.
Yes.
And Lynette
Yes.
as well.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the red button.